happening next to us. That is causing a little bit of an obstruction to the path to the officials and non-skating officials locker room. So we do encourage you just to go through the track if you need to get back there. Thanks.
All right, now talking about our team from Philly in the blue, we have number 04, Insanity, number 1, Callahan, number 10, Tenacious K, 10-14, No Gust, No Glory, 13, Mills on Wheels, 16, Stay in Your Lady, number 180, I Roll, number 21, Pippa Ray Gun, 26, Bad Blood, 3377, and birthday skater, it's Bee Sting, 37, Holly Blockett, 444, Smashy Apia, 555, Jawbreaker, 69, Steampunk, 72, Chicky Kills, 922, Pacifist, and 99, Soul Crusher.
All right, jamming first for Philly. It looks like we have No Gust, No Glory. We also have, it looks like, is that Junior skating for Mars. Both working hard to get themselves through the pack.
Ooh, I think I felt that. Wow.
And it looks like we have a lead for Junior.
Yeah, first lead of the game going to Junior. We saw some hard-hitting hits taking down Holly Block and then I Roll on that initial pass. Junior going off the jam.
I think that might be the first jam of the tournament where there wasn't a penalty.
You said it. Now you let the cat out of the bag.
Someone had to say it.
You went there.
But you know what? Maybe I just opened up Pandora's box.
Well, it's not Black Rose.
Let's not go on wood.
All right, so Skating's on out there now, taking on MVP jammer in the last game. This is number 1, Nia Callahan. And it's a 5-on-5 jam. Our box is empty. Nia working her way to the top of the pack. Mars forming their four-wall against Nia, but she's out with a Philly lead.
Very nice footwork on Nia, who I just learned is formerly Slaya. Slaya skated for Mars last year and has transferred over to Philly, doing a great job working those lines, looking very strong this year.
Yeah, we may have known Slaya as number 26 Slaya from Northeast Uprising. Now on the Philly All-Stars.
It's like we have Skatenstein coming up fast. Great footwork on that outside line. And Skatenstein is called off for a cut track penalty.
Nia now on a third scoring trip. And she is taken out and run back by Team USA Baby Slaya. I'm sorry, Baby Stretch. It's totally not on purpose. I think there is a Baby Slaya on one of these teams who has played today, so that's an understandable mistake.
There's a lot of Slayas.
There is a Baby Slaya. Philly Brawl Stars has Baby Slaya. I think that's even number 18, if I'm not mistaken. Been doing this for way too long.
All right, looks like we have on the jam line from Philly, looks like Bee Sting. Bee Sting is on a power jam. Oh, and there is an official timeout. Thank you. I don't know any of Mars's.
I know most of them.
Yeah.
Birthday jammer out on the line, 3377 Bee Sting. We haven't humiliated Bee Sting quite enough just yet today.
That's right. There are a few birthdays on the Black Rose team, too.
Oh,
I know.
we'll have to make sure we talk about that later on.
Sing some happy birthdays sometime today. Looks like Bee is pushing really hard at that front. Meanwhile, we got Skatenstein standing. Skatenstein re-enters the track, and Bee Sting collects lead.
What gets real fun in this game, like yesterday, is we have a dash catch 'em and a smash catch 'em, both reffing.
That, right? All the catch-ems.
Looks like Hell's Bells bracing that tripod at the top of the pack, keeping Bee Sting stuck on this pass. Hasselhoff trying to run Bee Sting out of bounds.
We got some great pack work there in the back by Philly. Had Jawbreaker pulled Skatenstein back. He's going to get that cut track
Yeah,
penalty one more time.
Former teammates there, Jawbreaker and Skatenstein.
I think I might have jinxed the penalty thing.
The announcer's curse is a real thing. I probably should have warned you before the mics were on. One last block by Hasselhoff on Beasting, and that jam is over.
And it looks like Philly is going to be starting on a power jam. And they put no Gus, no. Makes sense.
I was here. It was either Philly Fest or the other one. Hoagie Roll last year when No Gus No Glory had a 40-point jam. Still have the video of that, as a matter of fact.
That is a lot of points.
I still talk about it. I still send that video around and brag.
Oh.
Nice bracing at the top of the pack by Hasselhoff from Mars.
They're slowing him down. Doing a really nice job trying to push him out of bounds, but he does a fancy footwork spin, and around he goes. And Gus is out for a lead.
I don't even pay attention to what I just, it goes from here out, and I don't really retain the knowledge. And No Gus No Glory out with a 4-point pass now.
Looks like Philly likes to run their jams long.
Well, I heard that they run 10-minute jams at practice.
Oh, yeah. I've heard something similar. They like to work their kids. They have great endurance, and it shows.
I believe we have one more season with Gus before he ages out.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, Gus has, no, is this, ooh,
Looks
I
like
did
Mars,
not
I
know
missed
that. I
but
thought
Mars
we had.
passed the helmet cover over to, was that Baby? Baby's now sitting for a jammer penalty, so we have a power jam for Philly.
First start pass of the game. And back-to-back power jams now for Gus. That was Smashy P in there trying to clear up a hole for Gus on the inside. And Gus is out of bounds, and he calls off the action. Freezing Baby Stretch in there as a jammer, buying a power start for staying near Laney now for Philly.
And you got to say something for these kids' endurance, too. I mean, Philly just came off playing a game not even 30 minutes ago. And here they go, playing one more game.
Yeah, they're pulling double duty today. I think they rotated a lot of their non-jammers in at the end of that last game just to give their main jammers a break to prepare for this fight against Mars.
Yeah, this is the second to last game of the tournament, so they're going to be giving it their all right here. Most of them won't have school tomorrow, so that's a nice little day of reprieve.
I've got adulting tomorrow. I have to do. Nice defense by Mars, staying near Laney stuck.
Good offense by number 37. Is that the captain from Philly?
That's Holly Blockett. No, captain is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Holly Blockett, yeah. Co-captain there with Bad Blood. Staying Laney just about gets through on the outside, but steps out of bounds and recycles.
Yeah. Nice little helmet cover pass. I don't know if you saw that given to Junior. Junior coming in hot.
Junior just pushing that tripod, or that three wall. Philly blockers out of the way.
No penalty, and Junior's out.
Yeah, incomplete scoring pass there. Only gets 3 points.
Great awareness on Junior.
Nice block by Oddball, taking Stanley Laney out of bounds. Eye roll drawing that cut on Junior. Now, we know they're friends off the track, but there are no holes barred when the game is underway.
Oh, you just missed a beautiful block by Baby Stretch at the front, knocking Laney out of bounds and staying on her feet. That was nice. Just looking over at the crowd to see who we have there, making sure my team decides to show up today.
We are doing those dollar shout-outs today from till now to the rest for the rest of the day. They are at the merchandise table there for Philly at the bottom of the bleachers. They are $1 each. Get those up here. We will get those shout-outs called for you. We are in a timeout by our officials. I've seen a few of our young ones walking around. I think I see Blueberry up there. Blueberry and T-Bone in the crowd.
Yep, I see.
They're acting like they
Crow
don't hear
and
us.
Farah.
Yeah.
I see Scar over there as well.
They're acting like they're too cool for us.
There's Rum. And no, you know what? They all have their AirPods in. There's Twig,
Uh,
Jovi, there's Boo. There they are.
So speaking of AirPods, a set of AirPods showed up here at the announcer table. We're not sure this was a gift from above, but we don't know where it came from. But if you are missing a set of AirPods or have lost them, they might be up here. So we will hang on to this for you.
All right, we are in official timeout, which just ended. We're getting ready to get right back into this action here.
Anya Arson making that rolling whistle. And this is, I believe this is going to be number 99. Okay, this is 69 Steampunk out there taking on Larry from Mars.
There's just something about the name Larry. What a beautiful derby name. Love it.
How original.
I love it. I love it. Now the question
Nice.
is that his real name?
Nice whistle work there by Anya Arson. Dropping the whistle almost mid-whistle.
Playing whistle acrobatics.
5-on-5, our penalty box is empty, so we are at full strength.
Beautiful movement from Philly's jammer. Working those lines. Ankle biter doing a great job holding from the front, but we have Philly jammer, 69. They are out front. It's really nose and V.
Yep,
Okay.
those are the two.
Got it. Looks like we have a back block called on 69 Steampunk. There's going to be a power jam for Mars.
Nice 1-1 blocking.
Oh, yeah.
That is bad blood with that block on Larry.
Oh,
Yep, there's a low block call on Larry. Going to take an all-expenses paid trip to the penalty box.
we're going to play a little bit of a, what do
The
we call
old-
that, jammer?
The old jammer switcheroo
Jammer
there.
switcheroo. All
So
right. Well done by Steampunk fighting that inside line open. Great offense by her team. All right, Larry is back on the track.
another back block hand signal going to Steampunk.
There's a lot of bodies on the floor right now.
A little bit of a pile up there on the apex. Let's see who's got buried. But we're all back up on our skates, so no big deal.
Everybody's good.
We know these juniors are made out of rubber bands and Gumby dolls. They just bounce and barrel roll and get back up like nothing ever happens.
We have another Philly blocker going to the box.
Okay, this is Smashy Apia having a seat in the
All
box,
right.
so looks like Steampunk released just in time to avoid a power start in the hands of Mars.
And
Are
I
you
just
getting-
learned that Larry's real name is actually Wyatt, so that makes me more interested in where the name Larry came from.
The merch table is right at the bottom, like as you walk in. Yeah. I'm afraid of the shout out that's coming from Twig.
You gotta be careful with that one.
She had a very determined look in her eyes.
All right, so we're back at the action. It looks like we have no Gus, no glory out there for Philly, jamming against Armstrong Jr. from Mars. It looks
And-
like okay, so Gus is being called off on a penalty, and we have a junior who has been called lead jammer. Sorry. I feel like I'm stepping on your toes.
They're fine. You're here to
I'm
talk.
just so used to talking.
I'm not going to stop you. Attempted apex jump there by Junior, shut down by Jawbreaker while Gus is still serving time in the box. Repaying his debt to the JRDA for that penalty. Now I-roll racing up the top of the pack. Smashy Apia with nice jammer awareness by Smash.
We got Junior calling it off.
So Skatenstein coming back out now to jam for Mars. And Nia Callahan back on the line here for Philly. Norris making that trip here from Massachusetts.
Well, they played yesterday. Is that
They
correct?
played the
Philly's
Brawl
B team.
Stars.
Yes.
That was a very fun game to watch.
I believe I was watching that game from the comfort of my bed. Oh, and we have Nia Callahan out as a lead jammer. And Skatenstein still trying to push his way through the pack. Doing a good job there, stepping through. Nia's back up and around.
Mills on Wheels and Pippa Raygun trying to clear out a hole for Nia. Philly with a four-wall at the bottom of the pack, putting a stop on Skatenstein.
Ooh.
Nice toe stop
Yes.
work.
Well done.
Skatenstein staying inbounds, riding that line, and has 4 points. Smashy Apia taking a roll back there on Skatenstein. Nice fluid blocking. Mills on Wheels bracing that tripod, keeping Skatenstein stuck at the bottom of the pack.
We have a direction called on Mars's pivot. Is that Baby?
Yes, Baby
going to the
stretch.
box.
Headed back to the box there. Nia out with 4 points for Philly.
Beautiful apex jump.
I didn't even see. She just appeared out of thin air and landed on the ground.
Oh, thank you.
All right, that was a 16-point jam for Philly. Mars putting up 6 of their own.
We have our first shout out of the game. This is going to Angel of Anger from Indianapolis. Opie and your humans are proud of your first tournament. So congratulations for your first tournament right here at Philly Fest by Philly Juniors. I want to say Hoagie Roll. I'm thinking too far ahead in the future. Hoagie Roll will be here in May.
Oh, beautiful way to stay in bounds. Phillies feasting. They were doing a great job on their toe stops, fell down, stayed in bounds, and got up for a lead jammer.
It's a birthday wish come true there for Beasting.
How old is Beasting?
I don't know.
Oh, another quick turn of those hips and around for 4 more.
I actually saw Beasting play on Gotham Juniors a little over a year ago when they played Pittsburgh in New Jersey. So a lot of these skaters get around the different teams.
Yes, they do.
Of course, we know Sayonara is also one who skates on 3 or 4 teams as well.
And Sayonara is a transfer from Northeast, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the
Yes.
pink hair, you know
Yes,
Sayonara
yes.
is in the house.
Well, we got Junior. Junior trying to get out. I believe he's still on his initial. Baby stretching a really nice job of blocking Beasting as they come around. One-on-one blocking there, slowing them down.
Beasting rolled to the back of the pack. As you know, Baby Stretch, Team USA, headed to Australia later on this year.
Looks like Junior was hit out a little bit by Philly Jawbreaker.
Mars defense holding their own, the top of the pack. Holly Blockett coming in, trying to rescue Beasting from that wall.
Oh, Junior finds that inside line. And Beasting calls it off.
Has Holly Blockett always been Holly Blockett?
I want to think Holly Blockett had the name Flushy or something before. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a completely different name.
Yeah.
Because they look the same, but I've never heard of Holly Blockett.
They-
That doesn't make sense.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a really good game right now. Both teams really putting in the work.
Seeing a lot of good defense by Mars, holding back
Absolutely.
those Philly Jammers. No Gus, no Glory now taking on Junior.
Still,
What's wrong?
fade. Yep. We got two blockers going to the box. One for
Oh.
Philly and one for Mars. Gus coming around the front. Has 2 blockers. Gets around.
Hasselhoff and Seek and Destroy holding on for dear life, trying to block Gus, but Gus is out with 4 points.
Bad Blood doing a very nice job of holding down Junior on the outside line. Junior putting on that speed, takes the open on the inside side of the track. We've been seeing these 2 matchups for a lot. They keep coming out against each other, it looks like.
Bad Blood, and I believe that's Pippa Ray Gun working the butts of that tripod, slowing down Junior.
Junior getting called off for a forearm penalty.
Yeah, we now have No Gus, No Glory on a power jam. Hasselhoff working the top of the pack, racing that tripod. Punisher joining in on the defense against Gus, but Gus is out and has 4 points. That jam is over.
Walking within the no pack.
Yeah, that's
Illegal contact.
used to be a failure for him. Now it's legal contact.
Yeah. Philly's doing a really good job of holding in the back and forcing the pack to really branch out there. Really separating Mars.
Stanier Laney back out. Taking on Junior, who is still serving time on the box.
Baby Stretch doing a really nice job of staying in your laney.
Look at that one-on-one blocking by Baby Stretch. Stanier Laney taking that star off her
Forearm
helmet.
now being given to Baby Stretch.
That Philly tripod just absorbing all that momentum from Junior on that pass.
Looks like we have a helmet cover off. Laney has the cover in hand, looking to pass to their pivot. Junior working really hard on the outside line.
Eye roll initiating that block there on Junior and forcing Junior to recycle.
Good thinking. Junior trying to work up that inside line with a little hop around. Here a whistle. Looks like there's a cut track on Stay in Their Laney. It's going to give a power jam to Mars. Junior being told to call it off, and he does.
Junior called off on an insubordination penalty late in that last jam. That's going to give a power jam to Philly.
Looks like there are going to be 2 jammers in the box. They're going to have to start the jam off. Both jammers leaving at the same time, although it looks like Laney is now sitting down again. So we have both jammers in the box.
Going into a timeout here by our officials. And then our last game of the day here at Philly Fest will be game number 10. That will be the Philly Brawl Stars taking on the Black Rose Juniors, who are hopefully all in the building, ready to play.
I see them all up there in the stands.
Looking to start that game around the 5 p.m. mark, and then that game will conclude 2025 Philly Fest.
All right, both jammers are being released from the penalty box at the same time because you can't play roller derby without a jammer.
So both eligible for lead because of how the rules are.
Yep, and we got Junior for Mars out first. Secure and lead. Laney with the helmet cover off. Beautiful toe-stop work on the outside line. Mars doing a great job of slowing them down. Illegal contact caught to Callahan. And Junior calling off that jam.
The 4-0 jam in favor of Mars with 8 minutes left to our first half. As long as you're not giving away an advantage, like so it is, like so it is a star pass if you're trying to hide or something. Yeah, that's a big thing.
All right, up on the line right now, we have Steampunk from Philly. They will be jamming against Skatenstein from Mars with Steampunk out lead, but Skatenstein right behind him.
Each team down a blocker in the box, but our jammers ready to score points.
Mars doing a good job of holding that inside line as Steampunk comes around. Skatenstein on his toe, stops out and around, trailing Steampunk.
Penalty box clearing out, so we got some 5-on-5 derby going on now.
We have, Mars getting a cut check. That was really sneaky by Jawbreaker, drilling him back. He didn't see that happening and unfortunately got called on a cut track penalty. Sending the jammer to Mars for another jammer penalty. Listen to that chatter.
Wish I could plow stop that good. Iro having a seat in the box at the end of that jam. Philly now at the 100-point mark. 103, Mars 50.
It's a 1-to-2 ratio game. It's still a really good, close game. Looks like Mars is calling for a timeout. We have, 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes left in the first half? Hey, for my first time announcing, I'm all right.
Sounds good to me.
I haven't heard anybody complain
No
yet.
one's complaining. There's no riots forming. That's a good sign.
I'm looking over in the crowd, and I'm not seeing, too many naughty looks.
They're acting like they don't know
No,
any of us.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're not even listening. Hopefully there are some people at home appreciating all of my yapping today.
Saturday, April 5th, we will be hosting our friends from New England Junior Roller Derby for a triple header, playing both the Brawl Stars and the All Stars. Then, the 24th and 25th is that tournament we look forward to every year. That is Hoagie Roll. Our 4th annual Hoagie Roll will be teams from Fort Collins, Colorado, Portland, Oregon, Columbia, South Carolina, and our neighbors to the west, the Pittsburgh Derby Brats.
That's going to be a great tournament. A lot of great teams with some talent there coming all the way to the East Coast.
Maybe we can get Lloyd to make a second trip out here from L.A.
I thought Lloyd was done. What is this?
We've all been there before. We've all said, I'm never coming back, and then
How many
here
times
we are.
does a roller derby skater retire? I think there's a joke in there somewhere.
Well, if infinity is a number.
Right?
So it's a power start now in the hands of Philly with no guts, no glory out there. Skate time finishing his time on the box coming in, and Gus having a seat for a penalty, so we're going to have a 2-minute jam. No chance for a call-off.
Let's see, we have another whistle. Looks like a...
Yeah, I'm seeing a back block in there. I think I'm seeing a clockwise block.
It's Larry going to the box for Mars.
Skatenstein in.
I'm trying to think, this is a failure to reform.
Yeah, this is like a destruction
Yeah,
call.
destruction, that's
Yeah.
what he got.
Philly with a 3-wall at the bottom of the pack.
Bad Blood really working that outside line. And was able to pull a cut track on Skatenstein.
Seek and Destroy coming back in from a penalty. No Gus, no Glory. Currently running rogue on a power jam. Getting through that wall, and he's got another 4.
Mars backing their wall up so that they can meet and take away some of that speed from Gus.
Iro coming in to Gus's rescue, trying to break up that wall held up by Hasselhoff.
Oh, Punisher really working hard at the front there, trying to push Gus out of bounds. And it does look like we have Seek and Destroy. Did a really nice job there, bringing back Gus. But he still earned all 4 points. What's going on with the scoreboard? I didn't think. There we go.
Anytime the scoreboard goes down, I get a moment of anxiety.
No. 4 minutes left in the first half.
Naya taking on Larry, 2 first-name jammers.
And there's an official timeout.
Yes.
We had to say it. Scoreboard issues.
No, the scoreboard is still up and working.
All right.
Look at that.
You just wanted to blow that whistle again.
In and out with that timeout. We are going to be back to our game here, and it's going to be some 5-on-5 derby. For the time being, the penalty box is clear.
Ooh, fancy footwork there by Nia Callahan.
Naya taken down by Hasselhoff.
Yes. And we have Blockett making sure that Hasselhoff could not recycle her all the way back behind the pack.
Yeah, nice work there by Holly.
Oh, and look, we have, who is that up in the front there? Larry running up that inside line, getting lead for Mars.
I think that's Pacifist bracing that tripod, keeping Larry stuck at the back. Hell's Bells trying to push those blockers out of Larry's way.
And Larry being told to call it off and does so. Does Nia get any points? Nia gets all 4 points.
Yeah, you could see Nia pick up
Nia?
some
It's
speed.
Nia.
I think it's Nia, but I could very well be
Okay.
wrong. No one's corrected me yet. I'm getting a thumbs up from, so it's Nia.
Nia.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Nia.
I'd say Slaya, but we have a Slaya reffing.
All right, up for Mars, we have Skatenstein going up against Bee Sting. Skatenstein, beautiful, takes that up in that inside line, that lead for Mars.
Yeah, big hole there on the inside
Yeah.
for Skatenstein.
Good awareness of Mars setting up in the back. Mars doing a really nice job of taking space away from Bee Sting.
Mills on Wheels using their entire might to brace that tripod to keep
And Pippa.
Skatenstein stuck.
Pippa did a really nice job coming in for offense.
Pippa catching some
And
air.
Definitely catching a nice block there. She gets right back up, though.
Pippa, one of our senior skaters this season. And I believe Pippa is also Team USA?
I believe.
Pippa is Team USA as well. I'm sure Philly has a handful. Pippa's one of the ones I remember off the top of my head.
All right, who we have up on the track? We have No Gus, No Glory up against Armstrong Jr. again. We see this matchup quite a bit. Hasselhoff up at the front trying to stop Gus, but Gus is out for lead.
Hasselhoff making an effective block at first, but Gus stays in bounds. Junior going out of bounds and taking the safe route and recycling to the
awareness.
back. Holly blocked with that initiation.
Nice little jump over the Mars blocker there from Gus. I hear a penalty being called. Looks like we have a low block penalty being called on 3-7 Blue, 3-7 Philly.
Gus coming out with another 4 points, making this a 16-point run. Soul Crusher working some defense against Junior on the outside line.
Junior has the helmet cover off, looking to pass it maybe to Seek and Destroy. And that helmet cover is passed. Seek and Destroy now the new jammer for Mars.
Gus working his way to the top of the pack, but Mars not letting go of Gus without a fight. And Gus is out with another 4. Our period clock has expired.
Oh, hear a whistle here. Looks like a multiplayer. Multiplayer being called on eye roll with Philly.
Incomplete scoring pass there by Gus, only putting up 3 points.
Looks like Gus came around with some speed there towards the end and earned 2 points.
Gus runs out the jam clock, bringing us into halftime. 145 for Philly, Mars 63.
And that is my conclusion of my first time announcing. I'm going to go have to do some coaching duties.
Oh, I see how it is. All right, we will do solo here on the second half of the game. As we do have a Black Rose playing in the next Coming in off of our halftime, Philly taking a bit of a chant there, warming up for the second half. We have a full other half hour of Derby to bring to you. Philly versus Mars. Philly up 145, Mars 63 in our second to last game here at Philly Fest. Our last game we're expecting to be around the 5 p.m. mark, and that will be Black Rose versus the Brawl Stars. But now back to our game. No Gus, no Glory out there to jam up against Gatenstein. Punisher walling up, bracing that tripod, keeping Gus stuck on this initial pass. Now Hasselhoff jumping in for some blocking. That tripod rotating now. Seek and Destroy with some blocking against Gus. And Seek and Destroy takes Gus out of bounds, forcing him to restart this pass. So lead still open for both of our jammers. Seek and Destroy having a seat in the box. And Skatenstein getting lead for Mars ahead of Gus. But we are on a foot race for our jammers. Skatenstein coming out with 4 points for the Mars side of the scoreboard. No Gus, no Glory, having some trouble getting past Mars' defense at the top of the pack. Gus making it out. Eye roll, bracing a tripod at the bottom of the pack against Skatenstein. Skatenstein going to the inside, trying to find a hole, and calls it off before Gus can come in and score any points. So looks like there might be believe that may be a 5-4 jam in favor of Mars. Mars at 68, Philly 149. We have a shout out here to Steampunk number 69 of Philly. This is from Kayla. Keep it up from Britt. Love you, Bookie. And thank you, Kayla, for that. Shout out here for Steampunk. Still doing those shout outs all day. Plenty of time to get those in. They will bring them up here to the official PRDJ announcer table, and those shout-outs will be called. Back to our game, Larry out there versus Naya. Naya taken out of bounds on this initial run through the pack by Punisher. Punisher with a second block now on Naya. Naya working her way to the top of the pack, but Mars with a tripod and a catch out there, keeping Naya stuck on this initial pass. Meanwhile, Pippa Raygun using all of her strength and that backwards plow stop, bracing that tripod, keeping Larry stuck at the bottom of the pack. Two teams now working some very solid defense against two very effective jammers. Oh, and Naya gets through, finds a hole, albeit doesn't need much room. She is through on the inside, and Naya is our lead jammer. Naya with a bit of a barrel roll coming off the track. Larry is out. Not lead for Mars. Naya picking up 4 points and calling off the action. .22 Junior out there. Looks like Junior is taking on B-Sting on a birthday jam. Wonder if B-Sting is sick of the birthday shout-outs just yet. Hey, we're back to our game, so we'll ease up on that. Hasselhoff now, some one-on-one blocking against B-Sting, keeping B-Sting stuck on this initial. B-Sting does work their way ahead and gets out with a Philly lead. Mars losing ankle biter to a clockwise blocking penalty. Here comes B-Sting on their first scoring trip. And B-Sting is out with 4 points. Now Mars down 2 blockers. Hasselhoff having a seat in the box, lending a bit of an advantage over to B-Sting. Now has 2 less blockers on the track from Mars to have to worry about. So B-Sting now completing a second round of points, now coming in on a third scoring trip. Holly Blocka coming in, trying to break up that wall for B-Sting. Looks like B-Sting is going to have to go solo. Junior with an apex jump, getting around Jawbreaker and Pacifist. B-Sting 1 pass ahead of Junior. Junior crashing into that Philly defense, the bottom of the pack. Iroh and Jawbreaker putting the brakes on Junior. B-Sting out of the pack now, completing another scoring trip, making this a 16-point run. Beasting now looking at having 20 points to their name on the scoreboard. 30 seconds to go. Looks like Beasting is going to run out the clock. Now it's a power jam in the hands of Philly. Beasting in full control. Beasting coming in the pack going bzzz. Okay. And Beasting coming in, taking on Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff takes a bit of a spill. Beasting getting around Hasselhoff. Now looking at 24 points for Philly. And Junior still in the box, currently frozen in place by Beasting, who calls off the jam and buys a power start for Philly. And Philly puts out none other than No Gus, No Glory to come out on this power start. And we have another shout out coming up to us. This is for Holly Blockett of Philly. Shout out to our Valentine Holly Blockett. You are this is Mommy Wada forever. I hope I said that right. I hope I didn't ruin the moment with that shout out. Thank you for that. Plenty of shout outs available between now and the rest of the day. No Gus, No Glory is out. He is lead jammer. Mills on wheels, bracing a wall of Philly blockers at the back of the pack against Junior, keeping Junior stuck in this initial. No Gus, No Glory goes for an apex or a jump there around the turn. May have failed, so he's taking the safe route and recycles. Mars swarming their defense at the top of the pack against Gus, but Gus gets past Baby Stretch, and he's out with 4 points. Smashy Apia putting the brakes on Junior along with Iroll, both working the butts of that tripod. Junior getting past that Philly defense with 4 points. Philly now with a 100-point lead over Mars. Mid-jam. Seek and Destroy trying to take Gus down with a hip check, but Gus stays on his skates and completes another 4-point pass. Junior taken out of bounds, coming around the turn, recycling to the back. Mars throwing their entire defensive strength at Gus at the top of the pack. Punisher watching that pack like a hawk, trying to predict Gus's next move, trying to get in the way. And Junior called off on a high block, so Gus now has a power jam advantage. Hasselhoff with a block on No Gus, No Glory. Gus taken down. He calls off the jam, freezing Junior in the box to bring out another power jam in the hands of number 16, Stay in Your Laney. Laney getting a lot of love here from our fans as she takes the line for this power start. Whistle blows. Laney taken off, currently unopposed on the track, just has to deal with Mars's defense. Laney rolling with those hip checks, keeps her toe stops inside. Now finds a hole on the inside line, and Stay in Your Laney is our lead jammer. Philly creeping up on that 200-point mark. Stay in Your Laney in full control. Junior finishing his time in the box. Jawbreaker and Iroll absorbing that momentum from Junior coming in the back of the pack. Stay in Your Laney gets taken down to the back again. Junior completing a star pass over to Skatenstein. Stay in Your Laney is out with 4 points. Iroll with a one-on-one block on Skatenstein, taking Skatenstein out of bounds, forcing him to recycle all the way at the back. Laney taken down on the outside line as well. There's some defense by, I believe, Soul Crusher up there on Skatenstein. Skatenstein does come out with 4 points. Stay in Your Laney, still lead jammer for Philly. Philly trying to maintain their tripod, putting a slowdown on Skatenstein, but Skatenstein does get out with 4. And that is Philly losing Jawbreaker to a penalty. Stay in Your Laney is taken down and out of bounds on the outside line. Skatenstein breaking his way through the pack on a third scoring trip, making this a 12-point run. Laney not getting any mercy from Mars' defense. They're just keeping Laney stuck on this scoring pass. Holly Blockett working ahead of the pack, but Laney stuck at the bottom. And that jam is over. So Stanley Laney does come out of that jam with, I believe, there may be 8 points on that jam. Philly just shy of the 200-point mark. 8-point jam for Mars. They're at 99. Philly 197. Just under 20 minutes left to our game. Steampunk there, out with the jammer star for Philly. And we've got Larry out the jam for Mars, and our officials are calling for a official timeout. A reminder for skaters just coming in for the last couple games that if you are on skates, you must be in full gear, and for your safety and the safety of our spectators, skates are not to be worn on the bleachers. It's again Larry out there taking on Steampunk, and that whistle starts the action. Philly down 2 blockers, so Mars with a 2-4 pack advantage. Look at that one-on-one blocking by Hasselhoff. And Steampunk is going to sit for a low block penalty. Chance of a power jam now in the hands of Larry, with Steampunk currently serving time in the box. And there is a clockwise block going over to Hasselhoff. Star pass completed over to Ankle Biter. Smashiapia tries to get ahead of Ankle Biter. Nice proactive block there by Smashiopia, but Smashiopia goes out of play, I believe, has to let Ankle Biter go. So Ankle Biter now has that jammer star for Mars. Steampunk coming back in after that earlier low block. Smashiopia now in bad blood, walling up in that tripod, held up by eye-roll, slowing down Ankle Biter to a stop. Hasselhoff coming in, trying to rescue Ankle Biter from that wall. Steampunk out completing an initial pass. Now coming in to score some points for Philly. Seek and Destroy now working as a blocker at the top of the pack, trying to put a slowdown on Steampunk. Steampunk is out with 4 points. Now Philly breaking that second century mark. They're at 201, and this jam is still underway with 20 seconds to go. No lead jammer, so we are going to go for the full 2 minutes. Steampunk now on a second round of points, and it's good. Ankle Biter fighting with Philly's defense at the bottom of the pack, but she is taken out and forced to restart this pass. Now Steampunk coming in full speed ahead, taking that pack right up the middle, but we time out at 2 minutes. So it's a partial scoring pass complete for Steampunk, going to yield an additional 2 points, so a 10-point jam for Steampunk. 4 points for... I believe that 4 points going to Ankle Biter on the back end of that star pass. (207-103) now. Philly in the lead. 17 minutes left to our game. There is no Gus, no Glory out there versus Skatenstein. Mars losing Punisher to a multiplayer block penalty. It's going to thin that defense out a little bit for No Gus, No Glory. That pack breaks up, so they have to reform. Gus still fighting with that 3-wall, now a tripod of Mars blockers at the top of the pack. Hasselhoff goes in for one last block on Gus, but Gus is out with lead for Philly. Mars with a fluid defense at the top of the pack, but Gus, aware of what's going on, uses his speed to get through on the outside line and completes a 4-point run. Now it's a power jam in the hands of No Gus, No Glory, with Skatenstein taking a seat in the box. Punisher coming in, Baby Stretch coming in, Bull trying to take Gus out of bounds. Gus does go out and calls off the jam, freezing Skatenstein in the box for another power start. Let's see who Philly puts out to jam next. That is going to be number 1, Callahan with the jammer star. Naya getting a lot of love from her teammates from Northeast Uprising. Campaign Promise is over here, and Punky's also in here cheering for Naya. Lead open, look at that. Nice toe stock work by Naya. Rolling around that blocker, staying in bounds, just about getting lead. Now that pack breaks up. Oddball and Baby Stretch putting a block on Naya, and she is taken out of bounds. So Naya recycling to the back of the pack now, trying to get through on the inside. Skatenstein finishing time in the box. Lead is open for both of these, either of these jammers. Smashy Apia and Bad Blood using all their might to wall up against Gatenstein. And Mills on Wheels braces that tripod and goes in, taking Skatenstein out of bounds on the back. Naya fighting with Mars' defense at the top of the pack. We do not have a lead jammer yet. Mars showing that they are certainly able to adapt to Philly's offense. Naya is out with a Philly lead. So Philly losing, I believe Philly is losing Bad Blood and Pippa Raygun to the penalty box. That's going to make things a little bit easier here for Skatenstein. Naya is our lead jammer. She is working on her first scoring trip. Skatenstein taken out and forced to the back by 4-4-4. That's Smashy Apia. Naya fighting with Mars' defense at the top of the pack. They're throwing a 3 wall of blockers. Naya going out of bounds on the apex. Skatenstein is out. Not lead, but does have 4 points for Mars. Naya going for the call-off. Naya does have a couple points coming off that back into that jam. I think that's going to be a 3-point jam for Naya, and Philly 6 points for Mars. Mars 109, Philly 218. About 13 minutes left to our game. Larry out there now taking on Beasting and some 5-on-5 derby. Penalty box is cleared out. Hasselhoff bracing that tripod right off the whistle against Beasting. Beasting making their way through the pack, trying to see what all the buzz is about. See that buzz? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna amuse myself with my jokes here. Beasting is our lead jammer for Philly. Beasting is in, gets through the hive, and comes out with 4 more points. Larry taking that tripod up the middle of Philly blockers. Chicky Kills working some defense on the inside line against Larry. Larry does have 4 points. Beasting is out with another 4 for Philly. Mars losing Seek and Destroy to a clockwise blocking penalty. Beasting now making another run through the pack and has 12 points, and that jam is over. Mars losing 2 blockers on that jam. Going to be a pack advantage for Philly, although Philly also has a blocker in the box, and we are going into an official review. We'll get the details and come back to you with more action in a few minutes. Philly calling for an official review, questioning whether or not the Mars jammer in the last jam committed a track cut, whether or not there were skaters who had superior position at the time that jammer came back in. Even if you are taken out by somebody, if there are still skaters in front of you that you re-enter in front of, you still have that track cut. And the call will not stand. There will be no call called on that, so they will have lost that review. We're back to some derby. Right off that whistle, No Gust, No Glory just appears out of the pack and is lead jammer. Gus jamming up against number 22, Junior from Mars. Gus sailing through on one skate, completing a 4-point pass. comedy relief there by Smash Ketchum in what was a tense moment just a moment ago. That jam was called off just for a matter of safety. She's all right. Looked like it could have been a lot worse. I'm sure she's oh, she's over there.
Oh, she's at the med.
Yeah.
I just want to be so sorry.
All right, moving on into our next jam. Absolutely cannot express our gratitude and thanks enough to Ellie and Evie, our EMTs. Big part of the PRDJ family. We are very lucky to have them. Very abridged pack here. Baby Stretch solo on the track. No Gus, no Glory out on a power start, and Gus is our lead jammer. Ankle Biter rejoining in from the penalty box, but Gus is out with 4 points. Now Gus on the second scoring trip. Ankle Biter and Baby Stretch trying to wall up against Gus, but Gus is out, completing a second scoring trip. Mars still down a couple key skaters, but the penalty box vacates, so we are back to some 5-on-5 derby, and Gus, with an apex jump, completes his third scoring pass. Baby Stretch trying to work some defense along with Hasselhoff and Ankle Biter, but Gus makes his way past those blockers, completing a 16-point jam so far. Hasselhoff with a block. Ultimately, looks like Seek and Destroy is taking Gus out of bounds. Gus is still jamming and now has 20 points. Mars losing Seek and Destroy to the penalty box. Gus now in on another scoring trip, and he is out. Make this a 24-point jam with 30 seconds to go. Gus now looking at 28 points and calling off the jam. Looks like Mars with 4 points and a nice round 30-point jam for No Gus, No Glory. We are now under 10 minutes left to the game. Stay in here. Laney coming out with the jammer star for Philly. And let's see who we have jamming for Mars. This is number 333, Larry with the jammer star. Three to four pack in favor of Philly. Mars is 86, their pivot. Larry is out, getting lead ahead of Stay Near Laney. Laney temporarily gets ahead, but is taken out by Baby Stretch. And Larry completing a first 4-point scoring pass. Staying near Laney, still stuck on this pass. Taken out of bounds by Hasselhoff. Laney recycles, is now getting blocked by a Mars tripod. Pacifist taking a spill, coming around the turn. And Larry called off on a track cut, so we're going to have a 2-minute jam. Staying near Laney has the advantage of a power jam right now. Hasselhoff getting called off to the box. That's going to thin things out a little bit for Staying Near Laney. Staying Near Laney taken out of bounds and brought to the back once again by Baby Stretch. And Laney finds a hole on the inside, completes her initial pass. Staying Near Laney still on a power jam. Larry comes back in. No chance for a call-off, so we're going to run the full 2 minutes. Laney working the top of the pack, but has 3 Mars blockers keeping her stuck. Looks like Oddball moved to bracing, now working the butt of that tripod, keeping Laney stuck. Very fluid blocking by Mars's defense right now, keeping Laney just stuck. Here comes Holly Blockett, breaking up that wall of Mars blockers. Still ineffective. Laney stuck. So Laney was in a scoring pass and ultimately did pass all 4 blockers. So she does have 4 points at the end of that jam. 7-point jam for Mars. 6.5 minutes left to the game. Mars 130, Philly 272, and Steampunk is out there versus Skatenstein in a 5-on-5 jam. Hasselhoff with a block on Steampunk. Steampunk recycling to the back. Mills on wheels working some defense with Bad Blood, keeping Skatenstein stuck. Steampunk trying to roll with those hip checks. Puts a toe stop out, ultimately goes out of bounds and restarts this pass. Lead jammer still open, and it goes to Steampunk sneaking through on the inside line. Steampunk is our lead jammer. Steampunk coming in on a scoring trip now. Skatenstein taken out and held back by 444 Smashy Apia. Beasting working the catch of that tripod, putting a block on Baby Stretch and taking Baby Stretch down. Steampunk on another scoring trip now. Oh, and Steampunk just about makes it through, but is taken down by Skatenstein. Steampunk out with 4 more points. Now looking at an 8-point jam. Steampunk coming in on the 3rd scoring trip. Smashy Apia with that defense. Baby Stretch taking that jammer star, and she is out. Smashy Apia with some blocking at the bottom of the pack against Baby Stretch, who has that jammer star. Just a couple seconds left to this jam. Steampunk fighting with a Mars wall at the top of the pack. Hell's Bells getting in there with that defense against Steampunk, and we time out at 2 minutes. Steampunk does have 4 more points on that scoring pass and 4 points to Baby Stretch after that star pass. 12-4 jam in favor of Philly, 4 minutes to go. Philly 284, Mars 134, and 523 oddball with the star for Mars, and no Gust, no Glory jamming for Philly. We're off to the races now, 3-4 pack. Philly with the pack advantage. Oddball picking up lead ahead of no Gust, no Glory. Gus, though, getting ahead of Oddball, coming in that pack, full speed ahead, just powering his way through that 3 wall of Mars blockers, and Gus is out with the first 4 points. Now Oddball taken down. Soul Crusher with that defense on the inside line. No Gust, no Glory is through on the outside, avoiding that block by Mad Dog, and he's out with another 4. So Oddball working the back of the pack. Holly Blockett and Soul Crusher were that 2 wall, but Oddball called off on a penalty as a jammer for Mars, losing lead, jammer privileges. Now no Gust, no Glory, out on a power jam with no chance of a call-off. Gus now looking at 12 points, working on a 4th scoring trip. Incomplete scoring pass, only going to yield Gus 3 out of those 4 points. So Gus now with a 15-point run. Oddball finishing time in the box, coming back in. That tripod taking, helping Oddball off the track. That defense by I-Roll. Gus out with another 4. This jam cannot be called off, so Gus is going to have to skate the full course. Oddball stuck at the back. Jawbreaker and I-Roll working the butts of that tripod, taking Oddball out of bounds to the inside. And no Gus, no Glory's out with another 4. We had that incomplete scoring pass a moment ago, so what would be 24 points is actually a 23-point run. And Gus is in with a jump. Lands, looks like lands inbounds. Looks like he's going to let those other skaters get ahead just in case. So Oddball with 4 points. Gus is off the track, and the jam times out at 2 minutes. Looks like 4 more points going up for Philly. For a 27-point run by No Gust, No Glory, bringing Philly over the 300-point mark. We have a minute and a half left. Philly 311, Mars 138. Now, on that, it's going to be a pack advantage in the hands of Philly. Mars currently down Hasselhoff in the box. Nia Callahan out there to jam up against number 333, Larry. And off that whistle, Nia is taken down by Mars's defense. Punisher working the top of the pack. Mad Dog also working the top of the pack, trying to follow Nia through. And Larry's out with 2 whistles. Mars picking up lead in what could be the last jam of the game. Nia Callahan, Nia breaking out. Now both jammers out of the pack. Philly down 2 blockers. Nia coming in to score some points. It looks like Smashy Apia trying to break up that Mars wall to allow Nia to get through. Mars has their entire defensive strength on the track working against Nia. They've got Nia caged in a 4 wall. But Nia is out, and she's got 4 points for Philly. Nia now on another run. Tries to get through on the inside, but at the last second jukes to the out. Now going up the middle. Oh, Nia looks like no, she didn't go down. Nia is still up, but getting some blocking by Baby Stretch. Nia ultimately taken out of bounds. There's some Mad Dog working some defense there on Nia. Nia is taken out and recycles once again. Larry currently held up by Mills on Wheels at the back of the pack. Larry gets ahead, finds some speed, but is taken out by Smashy Apia. Now Smashy Apia with a rollback on Larry. Nia working her way. Oh no, Nia with a star pass over to Bad Blood. Bad Blood now with that jammer star in the last 10 seconds of the game. Here comes Bad Blood on the back of Nia's jamming. Bad Blood now looking for some points with just a few seconds to go. There goes a blocker flying. That game is over. Bad Blood does have